Listen, all I gotta say is, all I gotta say is this: Laticia did not come to play with Aisha. She did not. Let's get into the review, child. And what's going on, you guys? It's me, your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for my review of the Belle Collective Season 2 Reunion Part 1, you guys. This season just started and it's already coming to an end. This has been a great season. It's been better than the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I feel like y'all really need to get into this show. Like, y'all really need to get into it. This show is better than Love and Marriage Transfer right about now. It's very good. Y'all need to really get into this show. And I ain't just saying it because they're from my neck of the woods, but I'm saying they bringing you what you need, okay? Now, before we get into the review, let's talk about what we got coming up, okay? Now, if you guys don't know, the Whether You Like It or Not panel is on hiatus, okay? We won't be coming on Tuesday. However, be on the lookout for us to return to Monday nights on October the 10th for season 4 of the Whether You Like It or Not panel, okay? And it will be the Potomac edition. So, yes, indeed, your main six, Scotty, Yarel, Josiah, T, Really B, and Sakina. We will be back for season 4 of the Whether You Like It or Not panel, where we will be discussing Potomac and Potomac only. Instead of Tuesday nights, we're moving back to Monday nights at 9:15 Eastern Time. And we will be starting this thing off right over on Yacritese's channel. Yes, indeed, we'll be over there. We're starting October the 10th at 9:15 Eastern Time. So yes, we won't be coming on Tuesday, but we will be back the following week on October the 10th. We'll be talking about all things Potomac, okay? And also with this new season, our guest panelists will remain Reggie, Layology, and L Teddy 27. So be on the lookout for the Whether You Like It or Not reality TV panel. That's on Monday night. On Wednesday night, be on the lookout for Roast and Review, where myself, T, and Josiah, we will be roasting and reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. And yes, we'll be right back here on Scotty by Nature TV so we can discuss this week's episode. Okay, so be on the lookout for Roast and Review. And also on Thursday night, the Prelude is back, okay, and we will be talking to Belle Collective's own Latrice Rogers. You know, the reunion is, the first half is out. This is what we're here to talk about today. And we will be interviewing Latrice once again. This will be her third time on the show. So at this point, she's a friend of the show at this point. So we'll be talking to her. And also, as you guys already know, it's Boys Night Out week. Friday night would be the 5th episode of the season. So we're already halfway into the season, y'all. Y'all know we only got 10 episodes, so we already at the halfway mark, okay? So be on the lookout for the 5th episode of Boys Night Out. Friday night at 9:30, 8:30 Central Time. All right. So with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the review for the Belle Collective, honey, because we have a lot to unpack. Okay, a whole lot. So we open it up with everybody coming to the reunion, okay? Everybody's there early in the morning. Everybody getting dressed. Carlos is coming in. He's visiting everybody in their dressing room, just checking in with them, seeing how they doing, seeing if they all right, seeing if they ready for today's, reunion and all of that stuff. I like seeing the behind the scenes stuff, long as it doesn't take up the whole show. Like, we seeing everybody in their looks, their hair, the makeup, the dresses, all of this other stuff. Glenn and Laticia don't share a dressing room this time around because they have a lot of issues going on. So that already set the stage for this to be a very interesting reunion. I want to know if you guys feel the same way about this, but I feel like Carlos King is trying to make Belle Collective his very own, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Belle Collective pretty much gives Real Housewives of Jackson with a little bit of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I want to know if y'all think the same thing that I'm thinking, because I'm thinking that it kind of gives like a Real Housewives but mixed up with Love and Marriage Huntsville all at the same time. However, it works. This season was very good. Okay, so then all the women come out on the stage. You got Laticia sitting next to Carlos. You got Marie in the second seat, and you got Tamar in the last seat. On the other couch, you got Latrice, you got Aisha, and you got So Gucci at the end. Okay, shout out to So Gucci. We just interviewed her yesterday. Okay, so shout out to her. If y'all have not seen that interview, go ahead and watch it. We already over 1,000 views, so go over there and watch that interview with myself, Jamar, and So Gucci. Okay, they talk about all the globes that have gone down with the women. Latrice has gotten happy. What is it? Was it happy? It's not happy in this. It's somebody else. I just know it's Junior. She got her titties done. Laticia has been eating right, lost a little bit of weight. Getting herself together, looking fine. For the people. Because she's feeling a little bit liberated at this point because of the simple fact that she been going through it with her husband. Her and her husband ain't seeing eye to eye, and she wants to make herself feel good. Sometimes people color their hair, they cut all their hair off, but they start, but in her case, she wanted to do a whole lot of transformations for herself, and that's exactly what she's done. So then you got Marie, okay? Marie then sit up here and put on a bunch of blonde wigs and looking a damn fool, which she knows she look a fool because she even said on Twitter that, I do the blonde wigs for a reason. You see, that's what everybody talking about. Okay, girl, whatever. And then people were wondering if Tamar's ass was real. She said that it is, but So Gucci seems to think otherwise. Okay. But anyways, we start talking about the new girls of the show. You know how, so Gucci and Aisha came into the building and kind of spiced things up a bit this season. And I couldn't agree more. I think that So Gucci and Aisha were very much so needed. I think that they are a good addition to the show. I really do miss Antoinette. Shout out to her. I pass by her dental place every time it's time. Her dental office is right there by the airport, so I see it every time I'm going out of town. So shout out to Antoinette. But I do think that So Gucci and Aisha did bring a little something to the show. They made the show a little bit more enjoyable. They fit the dynamic and the collective quite well, and I really enjoyed them. I do think that Carlos should make Essie and Melanie official friends of the Bells. I really do, because they're always around. And I know that Essie has gotten a damn confessional. Melody need one. Melanie the Stallion needs her goddamn confessional. A lot of people like Melanie, you know what I mean? So let her come on the show as a friend of, you know what I mean? So Carlos asked Aisha, how does she feel about being on the show? So Aisha said, I did watch the first season and I was very excited to see that Jackson is being displayed on a national standpoint. And then so Gucci said, I just felt like I would be a perfect person to represent Jackson. I bring the spice, I bring what the ladies need on the show. So I was very happy about it. So Aisha said that um she felt like she came along and she made the show better. And then Letitia said, well, you were the one who said that you were the reason why the ratings went up because of the dirty play stuff. And then Aisha said, yeah, I came in and I did my thing. Yeah, I did. And I'm just like, I wouldn't say. And then Carlos said, so would you say that Aisha made the show better than what it was? Like, would you say that she made the show? And then Letitia said, we are a collective. That's not what happened, and yada, yada, yada. Okay. So I wouldn't necessarily say that Aisha made the show better, but what I will say is her dynamic was definitely needed. So Gucci's dynamic was definitely needed. They both made a good addition to the show. And I don't think they need to change the cast. We should keep the cast just like this. We're only on season 2. And they just got renewed for a third season, so I'm very happy for them. So yes, they should, keep the cast as is, add Essie and Melanie as friends of the Bells, and then we got a show. Yes, so keep it like that. Keep it just like this. So it was revealed that Tamar thought that Aisha would not be a good fit for the very first season, which is very interesting because I'm guessing Aisha was considered for the show on the very first season. That's something that I never knew about. So Tamar said, I didn't say that she wouldn't be a good fit. All I said was that she'll throw shade, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And so Laticia basically came in to debunk whatever Tamara said. You know, Laticia said we looked her up, we put her name in, and Tamara felt like, she wouldn't be good. She with those shades, she'll do this, and she don't even live in Jackson. She ain't got no house in Jackson. So why, she's not here, so why would she be on the show? And so Letitia said that her and Latrice was like, okay, we want her. We want her on the show. So if we got to override Tamara, then that's what we'll have to do. But we want her on the show. We want her. And so it was like Carlos was like, well, how do you feel about, the girls basically saying that, you didn't want Aisha around? She said, it's not that I didn't want her around. It's just that when Aisha called me about the show, and nothing was out about the show except for like a 15-second clip or something like that. I remember that clip. And Aisha was like, she called me about the show, and she was like, they must ain't got no more cute girls on the show. So I'm guessing that's where this whole Aisha called the girls ugly thing came from. So they said, well, did Tamara lie about her calling Aisha, about Aisha calling all the girls ugly? Aisha said, I don't recall saying it. And so Tamara kept on saying that I did not say that she wouldn't be good for the show. And then Letitia was like, well, girl, you do be saying stuff. Like, let's be 100. You do be saying stuff. You do be saying shit that make people think that that's what you think, that that's what you believe. Like, you do be saying shit a lot. So you need to own up to your shit. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel that's the problem here with Tamara. She's not owning up to her shit. Like, she's not putting it out there that she really do be saying that shit. And then she making everybody else look like they crazy because she set up there and making everybody look crazy. Because, girl, if you felt like the girl is not a good fit for the show, just say that you did not think she was a good fit for the show. When I was doing Boys Night Out, I had a list of people that was on there that I did not, and I was like, they wouldn't be a good fit. They wouldn't be a good fit. They wouldn't be a good fit. Because honestly, the only three people I had was fucking, at the time, off the top of my head, was Jamar, Terrence, and that's it. At the time, me and Josiah was building our relationship the first time I started playing it on Boys Night Out. I started playing in Boys Night Out when we first started doing the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And the name of the show was actually Fellas Night Out. So I was playing in that right before, like right around the time we first started the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And the only three people I had on my list was Jamar and Terrence because they were closest to me. Me and Jamar was growing a relationship at that time. We were just starting to work together, just starting to get to know each other. But as we got close, I said, bam, there we go. We got Jamar. And we got Josiah. And then later on, we got Maddie. It made sense. We were all friends and everybody knew each other some kind of way. So it built the relationship. So if you felt like the girl wasn't good for the show, then you just felt like the girl wasn't good for the show. But then when it came down to her calling the girls ugly, they was like, well, did you not think that they were beautiful? Not on that picture that I saw of them at first. So basically, you did call them ugly when you saw the picture, because when you first saw the picture, then you said, oh, they ain't got no cute girls on here. So you basically did call them fucking ugly. You did. She said, well, when I saw them in person, they were beautiful women. So at first glance, you thought they were ugly. I mean, that's basically what you're saying, Aisha. That's really what you're saying. No one's lying on you about this at all. You said you thought them girls were ugly. In so many words, that's what you said. I don't. Girl, okay. I don't know what. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what lie she's trying to get herself out of, but in so many words, that's really what you said. Like, well, I just did this, I just did that, I saw the girls on the picture and I said we ain't got no more cute girls and blah blah blah. Like, it's like, no. So you knew what the fuck you said and you knew what the fuck you was doing. You was calling them girls ugly, and it's just dead on that. So let's move the fuck on, okay? Let's move on, honey. So we're gonna move on to Leticia and Aisha. They started talking about their issues, right? And so Aisha starts explaining her side of the story with the dirty plate debacle. And she was like, well, at the time I was sitting there, I noticed that my plate was dirty. I didn't even say nothing out loud at first. We're going to break the fourth wall. We're going to break the fourth wall. And I turned around and I told the producer that was behind me, my plate is dirty. The producer said, don't tell me, I'm not here. And So I went to Laticia. So when I went to Laticia to tell her about the dirty plate, Laticia looked at me and said, "Well, I didn't put this together." And then Aisha said, "Well, shit, you invited me, so blah 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 blah." So it wasn't so. And then that's when Carlos was like, "Yes, that's true. You cannot tell a producer that on set because we're not here. We don't exist. So the person that you do go to is Laticia for the sake of the show." This in so many words. So she was like, "Yeah, like I don't see what was wrong with me saying that. I don't see what was wrong with me doing that. Like I wasn't trying to embarrass you. I wasn't trying to put you on blast. I wasn't trying to make you look bad. It's just that the plate was dirty, and I don't want to eat off a dirty plate." I feel two ways about this, and I think I said this early on in the season when this shit first happened. Nobody wants to eat off a dirty plate. Okay, nobody wants to. So if she went and told Tisha about the dirty plate, that's one thing. That's not an issue because don't nobody want to eat off no dirty ass plate. But it's the fact that she kept going on and on and on and on and talk about this is the worst shit I ever been to. I don't never want to be invited to one of these. I don't never want to be like you kept on taking your shots and throwing shade, but you don't feel like you came in on some rah-rah shit. You didn't come in on some rah-rah shit, but you came in on some shady shit. You walked in and you saw that there wasn't a lot of people there, and you was like, "Well, I was expecting this, and I was expecting like you coming in with that I'm above energy, and it's not giving." You came in on some bullshit to me. I felt like that from the very beginning. You came in on some bullshit. So then that's when Laticia puts Aisha on blast, and she started saying, "Before these camera starts rolling, you was up my ass. You was 5 feet up my ass with a microscope." And I was like, when I tell y'all, Laticia was eating Aisha the fuck up like a full course meal. She was eating her up. She was basically saying, "You wanted to be on this show. You begged to be here. I am your genie. I granted you your wish." In so many words, like I said, Laticia was the reason why she came on the show. You know what I mean? Like she brought her to the platform. And Aisha said, "I ain't got to beg nobody for nothing. I ain't got to beg nobody for nothing." And then Laticia said, "You claim that you the queen of Jackson, but you ain't even got a castle in Jackson." And I'm like, why is Laticia going in on her like that? Like I was here for it. I ain't gonna lie. Laticia was giving her the business, and I was definitely here for it. It was damn good TV. This is how a reunion is supposed to be. Real Housewives of Atlanta. This show ain't even big as y'all show, but it's giving what it needs to be given. Okay, and all I gotta say is Laticia was putting Aisha in her damn place. Okay, and I was rooting for Aisha at this reunion. I was just hoping that she was gonna give them the business. She was gonna hold her own. But Laticia was going in on Aisha. Seriously. And so they started talking about they was talking about how when she was in the bathroom with Marie, Laticia mentioned you giving these hoes something to talk about. And so apparently certain people was offended by hoes. And then Aisha was like, "I just felt like she shouldn't have said that. I just felt like so now we hoes now. We're this, we're that." And as a person that loves to cuss, I don't think she was calling y'all hoes. That's not what I got from it. I mean, it was just a figure of speech. Cause I could be like, "These bitches killed me." That don't mean I'm talking about y'all. I'm just saying these bitches killed me. You know what I'm saying? And so Gucci was like, "Well, I wasn't really offended by it. Maybe I felt like she should have chosen a different set of words, but she was angry. But I don't think I was that offended." Only for Aisha to say, "Well, I say hoes all the time." Okay, so why you felt some type of way when Laticia said it? And Laticia said she only felt the way because I said it. And it was just like, girl, okay. And then Laticia was like, "I'm over the plates, the brunches, and the hoes." And I was like, Laticia is not playing. She is not playing on this damn reunion. She's not. And I'm here for it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm here for it. So then I guess Aisha brought out shirts, but Laticia brought out a crown for Carlos. And I'm like, oh Lord, okay. So now we get into this damn beef between Latrice and Missy Elliott. Because she brought back her "I Can't Stand the Rain" finger waves. So as they go back and they talk about what happened and all this other stuff, Marie starts saying that she gave Latrice a storyline. So as she's saying that she gave Latrice a storyline, Latrice is like, "Nah, baby, I was your storyline." Then Marie was like, I'm talking. This is Marie. I'm talking. And then Latrice was like, "Yes, girl, with your new nose, honey. Let's get into it." And I'm like, So I was wondering if anybody was gonna point out that she got her nose pinched. Y'all saw that? I was wondering if somebody was gonna pick up on it. I ain't gonna lie. I was wondering if somebody was gonna get it. I wonder if somebody was gonna get it. So Marie starts explaining the events leading up to the original brunch. You know, when she found out they was gonna film at the brunch or whatever, you know, she needed a wig, she needed some hair, so she went to Goddess Lens, got some hair. The dude did the hair wasn't giving. Then she said before the cameras went up, you know, Latrice was like, if I get out, don't get mad if I get out on you on this camera. So she basically felt like Latrice was flexing for the cameras, okay? And you know what, to be honest, I wouldn't really be, you know, in disbelief of that. I wouldn't be. I mean, they all are green eyed to this situation at the time. They probably felt like they needed to flex and turn up for the camera. So maybe she did. I don't know. I will ask her when she comes on the show. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that's not a bad thing. But, you know, I mean, hey, with that being said, with Marie, I'm like, okay, maybe she did do that. Maybe she did flex for the camera just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna knock Marie on that one. I'm not gonna knock her on that. So then we're gonna get into the fraud allegations and stuff like that, and how, you know, the rumors was out there about, you know, her being a fraud. So they're going back and forth about that. And then that's when Latrice said that Cedric and Marie had been separated since 2018. The marriage license was out there on that very blog that Marie mad at. So we all know that that's facts. Then Latrice said that Marie been investigated before there was even a camera. Before she even came to know Marie, she was already investigated. And I'm like, but Marie denies it. Then the document that Latrice had, you know, Marie said that Latrice brought that same document to So Gucci's event. And then So Gucci said she didn't know nothing about it. Okay, she said, y'all, I didn't know nothing about it. Y'all weren't paying attention to my goddamn billboard when I was putting it up there. So she wasn't even paying attention to none of the mess at all. She didn't know nothing about it. So then Aisha spoke on the feud, and she was basically saying she see that they act just alike, and she really don't understand why they can't get it together. Because she said she's always been a force in trying to get them two together. And then Marie says, "This is what I'm gonna say about this. I feel like the fans kind of helped create it. Like Latrice got this. Marie got a methadone clinic. She got more going on than Latrice. And methadone clinics are bigger than Latrice. And I don't care about what nobody else got going on because I want everybody to win. It's enough room for everybody to shine and succeed. And I agree with Marie on that as well. There is a lot of room. Some people do want to compete, and I ain't saying that's what Latrice doing. I'm just speaking on the shit that I see for myself. There are people out there who only want to see you win unless they're winning more than you are. They only want you to shine unless their star is shining brighter than yours. But when you doing your thing, they don't want to. They don't want to celebrate you. They always want to be celebrated, but they don't want to celebrate nobody else. You know, everything is always a competition. Everything is this, everything is that. They want to one up. They got to do this. They got to do that. It's never good when you doing that. So we all gotta learn to allow everybody to win. There's nothing wrong with allowing it to happen. So I definitely agree with Marie when it came down to that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I agree with her on that. Laticia starts crying because she loves both Latrice and Marie. She's very close to the both of them. They're the closest to her on the show. They've held her hand through a lot, and she just wants them to let it go. But I think that it's mighty funny that Laticia telling them to let it go, but she can't seem to let go of her issue with Aisha. She's like a dog with a bone when it comes down to her situation with Aisha. You feel what I'm saying? It's funny to me when people be trying to tell other folks how they need to act and how they need to let go of shit, but then they don't let go of their own bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's been people that I'm cool with, and then there's people that I'm no longer friends with, right? So they'll bring these people up to me, and I say, well, I don't pay attention to nothing that they got going on. Then the first thing they say is, well, you need to get over it. What make you think I'm not over it? I just don't fuck with that person. So when it come down to it, Latrice and Maria are just two people that'll never be friends it's too much is going on. They're never gonna fuck with each other like that. So I think that everybody, including Aisha, including Laticia, they need to just pull back, stop trying to push them to be friends, and just let it be what it is. They could probably be cordial, they could probably be civil to one another, but they ain't never gonna officially like each other. They ain't gonna never be friends like that. Cause Marie ain't gonna never trust Latrice, and Latrice ain't never gonna trust Marie. It's gonna always be some shade somewhere down the line. Always. So I just think that they need to stop trying to push them to be cool. Let it go. Period. Especially if you're not gonna let go of your own shit. So the men come out. Laticia and Glenn start talking about the ups and downs of their marriage, everything that they've been going through, like the rumors, the infidelities, the things of that nature. Glenn said that this particular woman that's in question was the only woman that he got physically involved with while being married to Laticia. Anything else was like some stupid shit, like probably text messages, phone conversations, but never sex until this recent woman. So they were saying that, the fans were rooting for Laticia and Glenn to get their stuff together, but then at the end of the season, we find out that Glenn was right back to messaging other women. So they was talking about the messages and how, Laticia was like, I'm the backup for his Instagram. He asked me to let him back in, and I did. And then when I let him back in, all of these messages starts coming down. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, okay, what is this? What you got going on? And then she was like, there was some women that was trying to get at him that I knew that he wouldn't want to be with or whatever. And, he'll respond with, make sure y'all watch Belle Collective on Friday nights and blah, 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 blah. I thought that was funny. But then there was some women showing a breast to him. And one of the messages, he was like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, why would you do that? That's not cool, whatever. But he didn't. But he was like, I've never seen breasts like that. That's why I said that. But bruh, it don't matter if you seen breasts like that. You still should not be entertaining those kind of messages as a married man. That's the reason why you're in the predicament that you're in right now, and that's why you're in a doghouse right now, because you don't know how to stop. That's the problem. That's the issue here. And just like so Gucci said, with this new attention that they get, it's easy to fall into certain things. It's easy for people to be in your DMs like literally all the time trying to get with you. That is facts though. When you get a new set of fame or some type of success, everybody's flocking. I ain't nowhere near on the level that they are, but the more my channel grows, the more people are hitting me up in my DMs trying to holler at me, trying to talk to me, want to take me out on dates. You know what I mean? And I be like, this is how people cheat. This is how famous people cheat. They got people coming at them left or right everywhere. Like in different area codes. So I get that part. What else is going on? So Aisha speaks her piece on it. She said Willie knows that if he goes out to cheat on me, that's his decision, but he knows what he's losing out on. And regardless of whatever issue that I got with Laticia, I'm still a woman, and I never want to see you go through that. That's big of Aisha, but she was preaching as well. And Carlos said, now, if you are the father of this child, what are you going to do? What does this mean? He said, I know that my whole life is going to change, but I'm going to do the right thing and be there for my child. Laticia basically said, the affair I forgave, and if a baby comes out of the affair, I forgive him for that too. Because the divorce thing wasn't about the child, it was about other things that transpired in our relationship. Basically, in so many words, she forgave the affair, so if the baby is his, she's still gonna stay with him. Which we already knew already. Her business, her life, do what she wants to. I don't see how, but but by all means, do you, boo boo? So Carlos pulls out the DNA results, and it's like, I already knew he was gonna leave us on to be continued. Like that was too good to be true. But baby, this is a good ass first part of the reunion, child. I enjoy every second of it. It was hot. It was a good ass reunion, especially for this to be just 9 episodes. This shit was good as a motherfucker, okay? But with that being said, you guys, this will be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share my videos, and also click on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever video drops. And also, if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. If you want me to follow you back on Instagram, please hit me up in the DMs with the hashtag Mrs. Scotty Gang, and I would definitely follow you back. With that being said, you guys, your boys out here, and I will leave you with some promos. I'll talk to you on the next one, y'all. Bye!
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tramel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B, it's got a little bit of pop, it's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tramel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. I hope to hear from you.